Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
As the years go on, and yeah, we've done this podcast for quite some time. My AKAPADers, where wow, 1,000+ episodes deep. We have multiple days now, 2 drops a day. There's documentaries now on the weekend nights, weekend days are animation. We spotlight creators now, or filmmakers, on Wednesday. And then, we have running themes. Like, we're really trying to analyze Ridley Scott. For example, quick tidbit, we have the Alien Earth series coming. So, we've done a lot of Alien on this podcast, but there's always room for more. So, a couple Alien drops around the Alien Earth discussion. So we try and build like threads, or have like this completionist mentality when it comes to the film buff. And a lot of you, so many of you now are along the way across all these different platforms, and my DMs are just swarmed. All my, again, I'm talking here, my notifications on my phone are off. They're just, I can't do it, my AKAPADers. So there's just like a lot of stuff, okay? And one of the things I wanted to start doing was discussing with you guys, like merging 2 separate worlds. A lot of you know me as a comic book creator, which is, again, wild to me. Some of you know me as an illustrator. 2 lifelong dreams of mine, just to be known for. And it's just lifelong dreams because it's just something I do. I don't obsess over it. I don't think I have the mindset to obsess over it. So we get Hobo with a Shotgun here. And this is a huge inspiration for my comic book series, Uzi Susie, that at this point, we've had, limited releases, but they've sold out. Mailed this out to a lot of people, a lot of fellow independent comic book creators. But it's what we like to call a independent black and white outlaw comic. It's just bloody, violent, but also visceral. And Hobo with a Shotgun here. 2011. Spawning out of the 2007 Grindhouse short film winner. So this Jason Eisner guy, he makes a short film. He enters it into a contest, and he wins a spot on a major Hollywood release. So, and Hobo with a Shotgun gets shown with the theatrical presentation, we'll call it, of Grindhouse, which was 2 movies, Plain of Terror, which was Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof. So before some of these movies, I believe, going into the initial movie, which was Plain of Terror, you had some fake previews. And even like Rob Zombie had one, Eli Roth had one with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is now, right, like that got made, that got released. And the contest winner, Hobo with a Shotgun, which was amazing. So a couple years go by, 4 years go by, the movie drops. It's starring Rutger Hauer, and my imagination just gets fired up with this movie. So much so, I watch this movie somewhat regularly. And Uzi Susie, I work on Uzi Susie a lot with this movie running. I'll run this with RoboCop, Turbo Kid, Toxic Avenger, and Jason is also the executive producer of Turbo Kid that came out 4 years later. And Turbo Kid just builds on what this movie is. Hobo with the Shotgun puts its place in the time, in the place. Low budget, big idea, grindhouse movies where the thoughts about the movie, even what you saw in the poster, were more grand than what you got. But every once in a while, you would get these like gems. Again, Toxic Avenger being one of them. But they're gems in the context of what they are. Do we compare Hobo with a Shotgun to regular, like normal, quote unquote, normal independent movies like Pulp Fiction? They call that independent. Or In the Bedroom, Oscar nominee, right? No. The Hours. Do we compare Hobo with a Shotgun to The Hours? It's hard to compare Hobo with a Shotgun with other films of its genre, because our experience leaning into these films and our frame leaning into these films expand or contract the film going experience. You have to be in a good mood to watch this movie, and you also have to be ready for violence and children being burned in school buses, decapitation, squirting, flowing Kill Bill level blood. But then we also have this like 80s synth soundtrack that runs through this movie. We also have what we like to believe is 80 type shots, but that's not true. It's really a lot of these filmmakers, and maybe this is a fair criticism. Maybe it's me being a little bit too nitpicky, but they will again make something like Turbo Kid, and we'll just use these two movies as the comparison. Hobo with a Shotgun and Turbo Kid emulate 80s movies with the music and soundtracks, but they'll tell you, and you'll read about it. Even the filmmakers sometimes will discuss it, where the shots, they'll say like the shots were inspired. We were inspired by American Ninja. And they'll say like, like some of the shots, they say things like that. But you don't see it because a storytelling language slowly shifts per generation. It's like a paradigm shift. So the filmmakers, it's hard to put the filmmakers in places of a time. Like you have to put yourself in enough of a place of a time to duplicate the shots and to make those decisions and to go down that path. It's hard to do. It's, in my view, impossible to do. Heck, even Martin Scorsese says, J.J. Abrams will say things about that when he's making 8mm, and says, well, Spielberg and Close Encounters and E.T., and it's like, all right, but your shot selection is of today. So we get this, again, it's this amalgam. I'm not knocking Hobo with a Shotgun, but I feel like that should be pointed out. There's parts in this movie, like the end with the plague, where the girl loses her hand, and Rutger Hauer is like stuck in a manhole cover, and Rutger, the hobo in this movie, like trying to buy a lawnmower, trying to do the right things, and the world is just so desolate and broken and corrupt around him that people like him just get held down, they get beat up. The plight of the girl, I mean, like always with this movie, it's like you want the sequel, like you want to see the girl with the plague. So I developed Uzi Susie as a sequel to this movie, to like what happens to the city when Drake, or the Drake, dies. So they kill the crime lord of this town, and what happens next. And I developed Uzi Susie as an answer for that. And the first panel of Uzi Susie is like touches it, but then like we never quite go back to it. And my whole reasoning is just in case if I get like a cease and desist letter, I can reprint Uzi Susie 1, and I just have to like replace one panel. Moving on. All right, AKAPADers, Hobo with a Shotgun. One amazing influence for me that I am beyond excited to bring to you guys. Rock and roll. I love you.
Okay, that's a wrap.